to formally end our program, may we call on Dr. Cristina Guevara, Undersecretary for the Research and Development of the Department of Science and Technology, for closing remarks.
Director General Barba, Tony Ichi, Director Egay. Asan si Egay? Ayan. Okay. Our favorite inventors and yung kanilang mga chuwari-waps. And of course, I would like to make special attention to our friends from media, especially STII, and the people behind this celebration, the people of TAPI. Palakpakan po natin ang TAPI. In behalf of the Department of Science and Technology, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for attending the 2020 National Invention Contests and Exhibits. I would like to convey my special thanks to our distinguished guests and panel of judges who took time to grace our event despite their very busy schedule. May I request the panel of judges to please stand up and be recognized. We owe the success of this three-day contest to your presence and contribution, and also as we move forward in our endeavor to give due and rightful recognition to our local inventors, researchers, and innovators. I'm also thankful that this event has accomplished a taxing amount of commitment in our efforts to find only the best and the brightest inventions that pose the full potential of sustaining our national development, both in the social and economic aspects that can be felt by millions of Filipinos. We at the department, particularly for research and development, have achieved our goal of linking together research that can be turned into an enterprise through technology transfer and commercialization. So, the winners of NICE, I have this question for you. Are you going to transfer the technology or not? Yes or no? Ulitin ko, are you planning to transfer the technology or not? Yes. Okay. I'm very glad to hear that. Konti lang ang nag-yes. Yung mga nag-yes, sila lang yung tutulungan namin. The reason I ask that is this. We are here in an invention contest. But in the real life, until you convert your invention to an innovation, it has no value. Ang kaibahan kasi ng invention sa innovation, alam niyo na yung definition ng invention. Yung innovation, ang definition niya is, it is a new or improved product, service, or process that has social or economic value. Pag wala yung last two, yung social saka economic value, it is not an innovation. It would be wonderful if all the inventions that we awarded today become innovations. Here's the good news. Last year, the President signed Republic Act 11293, which is the Philippine Innovation Act. The Philippine Innovation Act, para siyang alam mo, di ba pagka mayroong parada, may Hawi Boys? Yung mga taga-Hawi ng mga tao para makaandar yung parada. The Philippine Innovation Act, siya yung taga-Hawi. It will remove the barriers to innovation. Example, we know that there used to be 2 TNVS, but now there's only 1. And the reason is that the regulator tried to regulate the TNVS like a regular transportation system. But it is not. It is an innovation. So for you, so that your innovation can thrive, we are going to need to loosen some of the regulations in the country. This is the only way that innovations will thrive. Otherwise, the regulations will probably kill some of the innovations. For example, in the Philippine procurement law, you have to be at least 3 years old, company, in order to bid. And you cannot bid for a project unless you have done similar projects of that amount in the past. Paano na yung mga startup? So, with the Philippine Innovation Act, we can actually change some of those regulations so that it will be conducive for innovators to innovate. Second, there is RA 11337, which is the Innovative Startup Act. In the Innovative Startup Act, we realize that innovators, they start with ideation, and they will probably do research and development. And then they go to coming up with a product. So the product can be the ugly prototype all the way to the beautiful prototype. And then comes, what's the next one? They go to the market. Because if you have a product, you have to bring it to the market. Otherwise, it's just something on the shelf. And then after getting to the market, you need to upscale. So for example, about 5 years ago, DOST invested $1 million in the Orthopedic International Incorporated, OII. We invested $1 million and the company put up $1 million. What did they create? They created the first Asian total knee replacement system. We're very happy to report to you that more than 700 Filipino knees have been replaced with that particular total knee replacement system. More than 200 doctors are able to perform the surgery. And better than that, they already have patent in the US, China, Japan, and South Korea. They're going to go international very soon. The reason why I point out this particular product is that they saw a problem. In the Philippines, it's very expensive to replace your knee. And the reason is this: the imported knee replacement is larger than our knee. The articulation is for Caucasian, not for Asian. So this team of innovators, it's an engineer and a doctor, they created the Asian knee. And more than that, they invented a device that will make sure that your knee is aligned during operation. You don't need special skills or special devices. And more than that, after 3 days, you can already walk. So you ask the DOST, why did you invest $1 million on a medical device? First of all, there is social impact. But more than that, the $1 million that we invested, we asked the company, the only way that we are going to give you the $1 million is if in return, we have a rule. Whenever you sell it to a Filipino, it should be 50% off. So I computed 50% off, yung discount na makukuha mo, multiply mo doon sa 700 na naoperahan na, lagpas-lagpas na yung balik ng $1 million sa Philippine government. So this is the type of innovations that we are looking for. Ones that will change the lives of Filipino people. I'm very thankful to the Technology Application and Promotion Institute under Director Egay Garcia for his guidance in putting the fruits of our labor in R&D, literally the shelves of our physical and digital markets. One worthy endeavor to mention is the commercialization of Biotech M Dengue Kit by Manila Health Tech Incorporated with Dr. Raul Destura as project lead. Let me tell you a story that is close to your heart. Do you ever wonder if you have nCoV or COVID-19? Here's the problem. Most people, they wait for the symptoms before they get tested at RITM. Currently, we have only one place, RITM, where you can get tested. So about 30 days ago, I received a text message from Dr. Destura, and he said, China released the whole genome sequence of the novel coronavirus. 21 days, our team can create a confirmatory test. He texted me at 3 a.m. I was like, wow, in 21 days, I could not sleep anymore because I was excited to hear that we have Filipino inventors who can create a confirmatory test. After 21 days, I got another text message and he said, we're done. We have the confirmatory test kit. The next thing that they have to do is get the World Health Organization to validate the test. And that is happening right now. Then I asked him, how many of these products can you produce in a week? And he answered, we can produce 3,000 to 4,000 kits per week. Isn't that amazing that we have Filipino innovators who can respond to a crisis in that manner? So why do we need all of these confirmatory tests? Well, they said that the COVID-19, you may be a carrier, but you have no symptom. So if you think you encountered somebody with COVID-19, you should get yourself tested, even if you don't have the symptoms. And that is exactly what our researchers and innovators have just created, a confirmatory test for COVID-19. Well, with our combined outputs, we can successfully promote and push an enabling ecosystem through science, technology, and innovation to our inventors, innovative and technology-based entrepreneurs, and the academe for a more inclusive development. At this point, I would like to recognize those who come from the Science City of Muñoz. Please stand up. Please stand up. Baka iba po yung rice na kinakain ninyo doon kasi parang ang gagaling ninyo. Palakpakan natin sila. Thank you very much. Napansin niyo ang dami nilang awards na napalanunan. May K talaga sila natawagin Science City of Muñoz. And I think it's because in Muñoz, there is an ecosystem that already exists. Ito yung proof ko niyan. Pag tinatanong ako, ano yung favorite mo na nag-detect transfer? Sabi ko, ang paborito ko actually yung CLSU, Central Luzon State University in the Science City of Muñoz. And this is the reason why. If you go around Muñoz and you buy, products from small food product to large machines, may mapapansin ka nakasulat, assisted by CLSU. In the R&D funding of DOST-TAPI, there are 3 top-notcher regions. NCR, because there are so many universities here. Region 4A, because you have Los Baños there. And Region 3, because you have CLSU. I would also like to recognize the interest of the young blood in keeping the STI culture in the Philippines much alive as we pass the torch on to them and continue the legacy we have established. Yung mga estudyante nga at saka yung kakagraduate lang, please stand up and let us give them a big hand. They're somewhere there. At the DOST-TAPI year, we have a competition called Young Innovators Program. The students pitch their ideas and then DOST-TAPI year gives them money to implement the ideas. The requirement there is that they should be 30 years old or younger. The prizes range from 50,000 to 600,000, depending on your need to implement your product. To my surprise, many of the winners come from high school rather than from college. And the reason is that the high school students, because they're still in high school, walang takot. They think of something and then they're not afraid to implement it. One of the fantastic things I saw there was I think she was 13 years old at that time. She created a software called Girls Can Code. And this software, you just need a cell phone and you can learn how to code. Di ba ang galing? Kasi kahit sino pwede matutong mag-code using a cellphone because almost everybody has a cellphone. Yung isa pang nakita ko, galing din sa high school, gumawa naman siya ng exoskeleton robot para dun sa mga na-stroke. So my point here is that as innovators, please let us not forget to think like a child, that nothing is impossible. You have to stretch your mind. Hindi ako kakanta kamukha ni DG Barba. I would like to congratulate the finalists of this year's NICE from around the country. As you notice, our winners come from all over the country. Tama ba? Meron ba tayong winner from Mindanao? Usec. Isa pa pala yan, I have to tell the story of University of South-Eastern Philippines. I visited them 3 weeks ago. In 2016, we gave a grant of 5 million to Usec to solve a problem of a banana plantation company. The banana plantation, they have about 300 hectares of bananas. And using Internet of Things and data science, Usec came up with a software and an app on a cell phone. I signed an NDA so I cannot reveal. But here's the thing, the invention has saved the company just for a small amount of land, about 10 hectares only. But the amount they saved was more than the grant that we gave. And 3 years later, from 2016 to 2019, we saw how Usec has progressed. Now they have 17 industry partners. Their R&D money for industry academic linkage is 79 million. My point here is that you just plant a seed, 5 billion lang naman yung investment namin eh. But now they have grown, they have so much collaboration with the industry. Here's the clincher. 2 companies now have decided that they would like to do R&D. And they're going to put their R&D center right in the University of South-Eastern Philippines. Diba fantastic? So, here's my challenge to you. At the DOST, and in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry, we can assist you all the way to commercialization. We have various types of assistance from where you are now to reaching the market. And here's my challenge. Ilan kaya sa mga NICE winners ang aabot doon sa local market at doon sa international market? And for that, I challenge you, winners of NICE 2020. We hope to see you in the market, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. Magandang hapon and congratulations.